There is a couple of other tools I'd like to show you. So let's let's start from Mitmproxy. What it is, it's like console-based interactive substitute for Burp Suite. So it does on the proxy level pretty much the same thing. It is also very extendable. You can write your own modules. You can script something within Mitmproxy itself. So let's just run it. Yeah, but first let me see how we can disable certificate verification for upstream server. Yeah, so there is this option insecure. So see what happens. Let's type the URL here, and it's serving some HTTP response. Yeah, we can browse through the responses by pressing enter or by using mouse. Yeah, it's mouse sensitive. Or we can switch between tabs by pressing tab actually, and going back is done by pressing Q. Okay, so we can go through all those things in the list and drop down into each of them and browse them very conveniently, I would say. So yeah, let's do the same thing but over HTTPS. As you see, everything works smoothly as well. Okay, so I think you already know these are the URLs are already familiar to you from Burp Suite proxy demonstration, right? So let me show you a few tweaks. So by pressing F, we switch on the filter view, and we can put the domain name or IP address here, right? And from now on, we will see only the things relevant to our host that we process, right? This will be either the traffic that originates from it, or will be redirected from it to those sites, or the actual interaction with the site. So yeah, this is the one thing to definitely try home yourself and see what other things you can do with it. Of course, it has many interesting tutorials to start with. Yeah, but for now, let's just indicate that it's cool. It's console based. It's really flexible, scriptable, and it's pretty much like Burp Suite, but you cannot. You don't have to have Java or some expensive hardware and a lot of memory to run it efficiently. So it's a less fancy version of Burp Suite functionality. Okay, so let's quit and let's take a look at Nikto. Nikto, of course, is one of the first and really efficient web server scanners. So it does web server fingerprinting, and it also does some web application stuff. So let's just see what it does. I'm not sure we will wait long enough to see how the scan ends, but yeah, let's first update it. It's at its current version, and let's specify a host. We have to do this way, and yeah, let's go. So as you can see, We have some target specification, then fingerprinting starts. We have this version of Apache Web Server, then some cookies, then some PHP. From all this information it's got from headers. We have robots.txt, of course. It's already showing us that, yeah, it's maybe we should start from reviewing that. And then it starts probing for some known vulnerabilities already reported to OSVDB, right? As this one, right? If it's PHP nuke, which looks pretty much like what we have on Motilidae. So if this form of URL is supported, it makes an educated guess that this is a PHP nuke or some derivative, and gives us a hint that maybe directory traversal, the directory path traversal vulnerability is present, and we can get to etc password somehow. Okay, so it browses and spiders and sees what is linked from different web pages and gives us hints that these directories are interesting. Some of them are indexed, which is not a good thing by itself. Yeah, let's check it out. Oh, we have turned off Mitmproxy, so we have to remove proxy configurations. Okay, yeah, that's pretty much dangerous stuff if found in production. So it just, oh, it's already finished. Okay, so not very much information here, but yeah, you can start from there and do some nastier things in the other tools. It's very rarely harmful, right? But it gives you some really important starting points, right? So for example, PHP info is present, right? Let's check it out. Yeah, here it is. So instead of doing all these steps yourself and comparing the output to OSVDB entries, right, you can start from running Nikto and seeing what it shows in its nice report, right? So PHP info is really important in the early stages of web application and web server penetration test, because it gives you an idea about what are the slightest and tiniest points in configuration can be exploited along with the attacks. Okay, what is this? Some leftovers from installation of PHP. Oh, it's just returned HTTP OK 200, so it's a false positive. Okay, what is data? Data is just yeah, some XML data including user passwords, and it's got it just by going by the links that are found in the documents on the server, okay, or by probing these default paths at the server. Okay, so will we be so lucky that we have the same directory traversal here? I don't think so, but let's try. Oh my god. It's actually there. So yeah, it's not just a false positive. This request triggered HTTP OK response. It's actually there. Okay, so I'm not going to query shadow file the same way, but I hope this directory traversal is linked somewhere here. Okay, so this is a local file inclusion. Yeah, directory traversal in the web application by by exploiting it, we got the local file included in the output of the web page. And I'm pretty sure we can do that with any file in the file system, because yeah, if we can read passwords, we most probably can read anything else, not set to root permissions explicitly. Okay, so yeah, this is Nikto. It gives you some very important quick starting points.